How's it going, everyone? My name's Scott and this is my 87 Toyota Supra. Well, I've had this car for coming on 16 years now. Bought it $3.5 grand. She was a stock 7M GTE auto, factory wheels, everything. I did later discover that it had old HKS FCON ECU in it. Not that it was tuned or done anything with it, it was just there. Yeah, it's definitely been a few different versions of the car throughout the years. When I bought it, it blew the head gasket within, I think it was 6 days, but it might have been 3. I'm not sure. I was 20 and I just jumped in and I just pretty much did burnout still blew up. So I was convinced to do a full rebuild on it, which is a smart idea. So anyway, remember I said I knew nothing about these cars. I didn't know about the notorious head issues, even though I'd already just blown one. So I just used a random gasket set, no nice head gasket at all, reused the head bolts, the factory ones that is. Got it all back together, yada yada yada, drove it for a little bit and it was going good. So I turned the boost up and I blew the head gasket immediately. So that's when I actually got on the computer. I didn't even actually own a computer at the time, so that's how little I knew about anything. So I got on a friend's computer and started doing some research. Found out there were tutorials for head gaskets and went down the whole ARP studs route. Swapped that out. Went good. I want to say for about a year and a half maybe. Probably running about 18 pounds of boost through the CD26. You know, my tuning consisted of getting the FCON that I spoke of earlier and turning the dial to 9, because 9's a pretty hectic number. So that was the extent of the tune it got. And bent a rod. Yep, no real surprise. So anyway, on the hunt for new rods now. Came across a good deal for some JEs and some Eagles. Got that, and well, who builds a forged motor for a stock turbo? No one. So anyway, that's when it spiraled out of control and started heading it on its path to what it is today. There was still a lot of like variations throughout the years as I've changed turbos and all these other sort of things. But yeah, that was how this project started, and what has led me to this today. I'll try to give you a quick rundown of the interior. There's a terrible glare though, which is really annoying. So runs a tablet dash that's connected to my Link ECU. That is a electric water pump controller with a Davies Craig. Pair of Racetech seats, 4-point harnesses, 6-point cage with a few extra bars chucked in here and there. Hydraulic handbrake, random switches, etc. Might as well fire up for you. Almost forgot my cool party trick. So on to the engine side of things. 7M GTE, it's got Eagle rods, J pistons, ARP head studs, rod bolts, main studs, flywheel bolts. Actually, I'll get to the flywheel later on. Head-wise, it is a factory as an unported head. It's got comp cams, valve springs, Toda cams, 264, 272 split, Titan cam gears, KS Racing intake manifold, Q45 throttle, Delphi 1200cc injectors, Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator, twin 255 Walrus running the fuel. We have custom stainless steel manifold, HX52 turbo with 11cm rear housing. Starts off 4-inch, goes down to 3.5 all the way up the back. 600 by 300 by 90 generic Chinese intercooler. 2.5-inch hot side, 3-inch cold. VN Commodore dual pass radiator with a header tank up the top there. EF Falcon fans. Runs a hall sensor and a trigger wheel setup on the ATI damper. There is the, it's really hard to see things down the bottom. Davies Craig electric water pump, EW150. Got a whole pile of ducting work going on in here. Guiding air to the intercooler, and then it's got a wee ramp. Then I've got these ducts are all boxed off down the sides and everything, and up the top, and that all goes directly to the radiator. Oil cooler's behind there as well. Relocated power steering thingamajig. That's probably about it for that. Drive line, got R154 OS kicking triple plate. At the moment it's got a 4.5 welded rear end in it. I've got a 3.9 TRD two-way on the shelf. Just changing ratios at the moment, so trying different things out. Yeah, I said I'd get back to the flywheel later on. So, in a previous version of this build, I used to have issues with flywheel bolts backing out. And my engine builder, being a mini guy, used to have these problems himself. He's like, oh, what you need is an extra run of bolts. So, I think I could probably comfortably say I have the only 11 bolt flywheel, 7M GTE flywheel / crank in the world. I doubt anyone else has done it. Turns out, obviously, it was not a flywheel bolt issue, it was a balance issue. A whole pile of stuff had been changed out. But it got done anyway, so yeah, it's an 11 bolt crank. Power wise, low boost, which is probably about I think it's about 16 psi, whatever the least it can make, gate pressure. It's about 510 horsepower at the wheels. 22 psi is about 580ish at the wheels. That's just on pump gas. Can't be bothered with ethanol, even though it's actually all set up for ethanol. It did previously run ethanol, and I had it up to 680 horsepower. But the car sits a lot. I really just can't be bothered with ethanol. It's just not worth it. But yeah, that is the engine side of things. Probably the only thing I would have missed would be the tile wastegate down there, 44mm. But yeah, still running stock coils. They work. Why not? ECU. It's an old G4 Storm unit, so that's why I still run waste spark and batch fuel and all that other stuff. Oh, and quickly, just another couple of things I forgot. It's got a wing sump for extra capacity, and the heat gasket is a 2mm HK stopper. Don't use anything other than a stopper. I've blown like 6 Comedics, they're garbage. Guess we can move on to the suspension components. If I had a hoist, I'd jack it up and show you, but you're going to have to take my word for it at the moment. Camber and tow arms in the rear. Adjustable lock control arm in the front. Agile angle kit, all the parts are Agile Performance. Still runs factory uppers, front and rear. What I've got coilovers are MRP and Racing Products, just another New Zealand company. 20 kilo springs up front, 12 in the rear at the moment. It's a bit hard. I need to go softer in the rear so it's got a bit more grip, but going back to the whole protecting the gearbox thing, I'm also trying to not have too much grip. I guess we'll get onto the exterior now. Start at the front and work my way back, I guess. Custom headlight setup. It's just a couple of motorbike spotlights that are mounted in there. Not for road use, guys. There's like no cut off or anything. They're just for fun. Pre-89 bar. Added the two-way duct. In the middle of working on a lip for that. That's based off a Mark IV lip. Stout hood. S2 style front fenders. Regulus style side skirts. Kaze style rear wide body. Louvers, hatch shade. Rocket Bunny style wing. Bimax end caps. There's a Varus replica carbon diffuser. And another work in progress over here. Be the Ganador style mirrors. Factory window rain guard things, and just have to forgive me for a minute, I'm just going to roll it out. LED tails, that 7M is switchable, it's only when I've got the launch control activated that that's actually there. Wheels, got the old work S1 3-piece on the front. They are 18x9, -20 offset. Rears, the old jerk Rectmeisters. They're just a S1 knockoff. They are 18x10.5 plus 15 with the 25mm spacer, so it works out being like -10 or something like that. Brakes wise, I've seen got the Mark IV Supra calipers and rotors up front. Evo Brembos, STI rotors, and dual caliper using the factory caliper for the handbrake. Oh, I think that's pretty much covered everything. Bound to have missed a few things here and there, but if there's anything you want more details on, just let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can update you, or maybe do another video later on at some stage with more detail on something. But anyway, for now, thanks for watching, guys. See you.